How you guys doing? Sorry to keep y'all waiting. Y'all know how it is. Black folks. Who's all in here right now? What's going on, Derek and Simply Slimy? Wait, Simply Semilu and Serenity. What's going on, y'all? Hope you guys are all doing pretty well. Channel. I'm going to be doing a little bit of on the spot type stuff right here. You guys can all see the title there, but y'all, just like all my other stuff, you know that I'm most likely not going to get into. I'm not going to get into the subject at hand until about a good, you know, a good a good 3 minutes or something like that. We're a full minute in right now, so let me do some checking here to see who is all in the house. The UN is an utter joke. Having any celebrity speaking to them reinforces that fact. Says that. Well, I get what you're saying about if you're referring to Nicki Minaj being there. I get you saying. What's going on, La Last Venture? Appreciate that. Oh, never mind. You're still doing live stream this way. Disappointed at what? Disappointed at what? I don't know what you're talking about. You mean like you expect me to be in my studio, sitting down? Well, let me let you know something. This is really strange of what YouTube does, right? If I'm in my studio area, right, using YouTube, for some odd reason, they alert you guys a whole lot more on the vertical streaming than they do when I'm streaming from my desktop. It's really strange. But I don't get what that's supposed to mean when you say, never mind, you're still doing live stream this way. Disappointed. Well, guess what? If you think that I do what I do to please anyone, you are sadly mistaken because I do not care. So, with that being said, we got about another minute in there. Shout out to everybody else that's in there. I see Robert. I see Not Handed. I see Christine. See Serenity in the house. Who else is in the house? Got about another 30 seconds or so, and I'm going to go ahead and get into the subject that's at hand. Okay, Serenity again. We got Linda. Linda in the house. 10 seconds, and I'm going to go ahead and get into this thing, folks. Okay? So we're not going to take too much of y'all time to get in this. What's going on? Namasik. What's going on, everybody? So if you fast forward to the 3-minute mark, congratulations, you did exactly what I said, because I told you I was not going to pretty much get into this until the 3-minute mark. So you're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man, and I'm greatly appreciative of that. Make sure you guys are following me on my other YouTube channel called Man, Husband, Father. Also, I'm on Instagram as Modern Renaissance Man, but the O in modern is a 0. That same goes for TikTok. I'm also on Rumble as Modern Renaissance Man, all right? So appreciate you guys doing that. Don't forget, if you're using your phone right now, if you double tap the screen, it gives the video a thumbs up, right? And if you are on your computer or your desktop, just go to the thumbs up button, click the thumbs up button. It helps push this content out in the YouTube shadow banning algorithm world. So you guys all see the title of this video, right? And I'm gonna just go ahead and get round into it. So what it is that Nicki Minaj is speaking at the United Nations, and I'm gonna tell y'all something that I think is really funny here. Those of you that follow my channel, y'all all know that I said the last some years, I said it's interesting that in order to get people's attention, that the Democrats were using like the Beyoncés, the Jay-Z's, even at one point Cardi B and all that, right? Now, here's the thing. When they were using those celebrities, what did I tell you guys, if y'all remember? I told a lot of you guys, the Republicans that is, I said, if I'm just keeping it real, I said, if they're using certain tactics to lure black folks in by using these rappers and these R&B singers and all this, I said, Republicans, y'all should do the same thing. If I'm just keeping it real, I know it can serve as an insult to some people's intelligence, but I'm just saying, if it's working, why not use it? So if the Democrats are using these celebrities and these black rappers and black, R&B singers to lure black folks in, I'm like, Republicans, y'all should do the same thing. Now, am I saying that's what Trump did in this case? No, not necessarily. And the reason being is this. They didn't go and hunt Nicki Minaj out to have her drive a message. You understand what I'm saying? That is a difference right there. It was simply as this. Nicki Minaj made a Twitter/X. Nicki Minaj posted and pretty much was giving Trump praises for Trump standing up and wanting to help out and defend Christians being sent to heaven in Nigeria, right? She spoke out against that. And so what ended up happening is that the Trump administration ended up finding out that Nicki Minaj praised Trump. And she said it's really sad that people can't live the way they want to live, worship who they want to worship, do whatever religion they want to without them being killed. And it's sad for the Christians in Nigeria. So what ended up happening is that President Trump then played a video of what they were going to be doing for the Nigerian Christians, but they also played Nicki Minaj's music while that was going on. Nicki Minaj responded by saying, thanks so much. Oh, wow, what an honor that they use my music at the White House, and for this commercial that they used at the White House with President Trump walking using Nicki Minaj's music. She said, what an honor. So what ended up happening is that now she's at the UN, the United Nations, and she is basically speaking and saying pretty much that it's a shame that Christians are being persecuted, prosecuted, they're being sought after, they're being murdered in cold blood. And she's just pretty much saying she thanked President Trump for wanting to actually intervene and do something about that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all this. Do and will Nicki Minaj have an impact on what President Trump was going to already do? No, but what y'all need to understand is this. You guys are thinking, and look, I'm in complete agreement with you guys, because the stuff that Nicki Minaj does, her videos and stuff like that, no young person should be listening to anything Nicki Minaj or anything like that. But when it comes to what she's speaking out against right now, you guys have to understand. You know how you guys always say Trump doesn't play checkers, he played chess. So although some of you may feel it, which you may be right, that Nicki Minaj's words and her speaking at the UN doesn't mean a thing. But think about this. She's there and she's speaking on behalf of Christians in Nigeria and Christians, period. And she's saying no one should be killed for their religious beliefs. No one should be killed for who they want to worship. No one should be killed for going out and speaking and preaching the gospel in which they feel compelled to do. Some of y'all not this. What just happened backwards? What just happened back in October to a Christian? What just happened back in October to someone who was speaking the truth, preaching the gospel? What just happened? You want a hint? Comment section if y'all know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, share in the comment section. I'm gonna see what you guys are gonna say. Because some people just are some people are missing it. Come on, y'all. What am I talking about? What happened back in October? Thank you, Mark 1421 and Jesse Outlawser. That's right. Charlie Kirk, Christian. Charlie Kirk, his own belief in his religion. Charlie Kirk speaking openly and freely, and guess what? Got murdered because they said he was preaching hate. He was spewing hatred. He was spewing this. He was doing all kind of this. And that's the point that a lot of y'all are missing. Now, on top of that, this is Nicki Minaj defending Christians now, right? Now, I don't follow Nicki Minaj, but some of you can do this right now. I can't do it because I don't have access. I'm not in my studio area to pull this information up right here, right now. How many followers do Nicki Minaj have on Twitter or X? How many followers does she have on Rumble? How many followers does she have on Instagram? And if she is getting out there and she has such influence And she's saying Christians should not be getting killed. Christians should not be getting harmed. People should be able to believe what they want to, worship how they want to, without having to worry about getting killed. What do you think that's going to be in the long run? See, I get it. Her speaking at the United Nations may mean nothing. You may be right about that. But it's all about who she has as followers around the entire world. And she's there speaking on behalf and defending Christians. So, some of you may say that's hypocritical. How is it hypocritical when Nicki Minaj doesn't go around and claim to be a Christian? Now, if you take it up another level, why aren't our so-called mega pastors, our mega preachers, our mega teachers, why don't you see them out there at the United Nations defending Christians? So you're telling me that a woman who's considered to be, I'm just keeping it real with y'all. See, I'm just keeping it real. A woman who pretty much pushes out a whole lot of hypersexuality music, a whole bunch of disgusting music, who does disgusting things, sing about disgusting things, but yet as someone outside of the entertainment, she's speaking and defending Christians. All I'm saying is, where are the preachers, the mega preachers, the Joel Osteens? This is my Bible. I read it every day. Why aren't they out there gun-hoing, speaking on behalf of this? Because technically, if you want to keep it real, just because you are across the pond, just because you are across the Atlantic or the Pacific Ocean, if you are supposed to be a Christian, all of us are into this kingdom. All of us are in this kingdom. And it's crazy and it's sad that we have a secular artist who, by her lifestyle and what she portrays in her entertainment and in her craft, is defending Christians. See what I'm saying? Defending Christians. So, now, again, I'm not saying that Nicki Minaj is a Christian. I don't care. But my point is, she's standing up and defending Christians when a whole lot of our own brothers and sisters in Christ who are preachers and teachers should be doing the same exact thing too with boldness, because we are all part of this kingdom, whether you're in Africa, China, Russia, Australia, India, Italy, Sweden, Greece, America, Canada, Mexico. No matter where you are, if you are engrafted and you follow Christ, all of us are a part of that kingdom. So we all should be defending each other when it comes to what we hear about going on, right? Now, so someone said, how do you have people watching you? You're amazing. Oh, because I get YouTube suppresses me. It's just the truth. YouTube suppresses me. YouTube suppresses me. I'm so glad I caught you live. Hey, appreciate that, Creole lady. So anyway, now that's the deal with Nicki Minaj. So a lot of people will come out and they're gonna have something to say about her. In fact, you're gonna have some people that are gonna use this instance with Nicki Minaj doing it. You're gonna have preachers gonna come out and actually, I'm telling you right now, pastors, a lot of mainstream pastors are gonna come out and they're gonna say, it's a shame that they gotta go and get this whore, this harlot, this Jezebel to get out there and defend Christians when she ain't a Christian herself. Something's wrong with the world today. You're going to get them to do that. That's going to be their way of trying to say, I'm the high road person. I'm the more self-righteous person. I'm the one that's better than Nicki Minaj. And look at this harlot, this Jezebel out there. Look what she's doing. But at the same time, again, why aren't they doing it? That should be the question, right? So now, with that being said, moving on to the next topic. So the House has voted, all of them, the Democrats and Republicans, all voted to release all the Epstein Files, right? All the Epstein Files, except for one. Except for one. All of them. Creole lady says better know. Hey, I appreciate the $10 super chat. Says God bless you for that. I know that money does not come easy to anyone, and I know you worked hard for that, and I really do appreciate that. I'm dead serious. I'm serious. I really do appreciate that, and God bless you for that, sis. So one person in the Democratic Party didn't vote. And now y'all know that there also is a lady who they censored, right? Now, they censored her because they found out that she was colluding with Epstein to go after Trump. Really, really, really interesting right now. So if I'm just telling y'all, I don't care who is in the Epstein files, right? I mean, I'm the figure. I don't care who is in the Epstein files, but I do find it interesting that if Trump is supposed to be in the Epstein files with the insinuation of doing something problematic, if y'all know what I'm getting at, problematic. If he's in there for doing something problematic, why would she be colluding with Epstein to take Trump down or go after Trump? Does that make sense to y'all? It makes no sense. Now, let me be clear when I say this, folks. There's something that I say all the time that the Democrats, I don't care, Republicans, all politicians can all do it. They will say things in such a way, I call it sleight of words. You know how they call it sleight of hands, where you don't know somebody did something? It's trickery. They say Trump name is in the Epstein files. 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 When you do stuff like that and you say it in such a way, it almost like they're trying to push it out there as if they're trying to say, by Trump being in the so-called Epstein files or whatever like that, that means that you are pretty much insinuating that Trump is doing or has done what Epstein is known to do. And I said this the other day. Why are y'all only mentioning Trump? Now we find out that Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton ain't trying to show up, huh? Why isn't Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton trying to show up in regards to this? It could be nothing. It could be a nothing burger. It could be they're not showing up because there's nothing to show up about because they're innocent too. But let me make this clear again, folks. And some of y'all don't like this. You know what? It doesn't matter because you guys should all know that I'm a neutral person. Just because you take a picture with someone and that person turns out to be a criminal, any of that, that does not make you guilty by. You know how many people have taken pictures with celebrities and these celebrities to be crazy? Let me give you all an example. The king of R&B, whether you like him or not, the king of R&B, R. Kelly. Yeah, y'all can be, I'm not, that doesn't have nothing to do with what he did, but R. Kelly is the king of R&B, right? That means any normal fan, right? Any fan, any producer, any stage worker, any of the dancers, any of his security team, if any of them took a picture with R. Kelly, are you saying that they are guilty of doing what R. Kelly did? If R. Kelly invited them to parties, did that make them guilty for that? It's the same thing that people y'all didn't like when I did this about Puff Daddy. Just because somebody got pictures with P. Diddy don't mean that they did what P. Diddy did, right? Just because somebody did go to one of Puff Daddy's parties, it does not mean they are guilty of doing what Puff Daddy did or what he's been accused of. That should be easy, but that's not how they want y'all to think about this. And it passed the House, right? So the Epstein House passed the House. Now it has to make its way to the Senate. And I'm pretty sure that when it gets to Trump, again, ladies and gentlemen, do not sit here and think, right? Don't think that just because they're going to release these files that we're getting ready to get some huge revelation that's just going to be completely just, I'm not expecting it, right? If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. But I have no expectations when it comes to that. Now, with that being said, I hope that the comment that President Trump made is going to come to fruition. Whoa! Kyle Jordan 9705 just became a member of my channel. Thank you very much, and shout out to you for that. Thank you very much. Kyle Jordan just became a member to my channel. I really appreciate that. Do you know that that YouTube took that away from me, like my first 2 years of being on YouTube. They took it away from me because I was talking about the Fauci ouchie hokey pokey clock shot. You don't get to have no members because you spread this information. That's what they did. They took my videos down. They even banned my channel. And then I had someone that is an attorney give them a call and everything like that. And all of a sudden my channel got reinstated and my videos are back up. I told them take their medical degree and compare it to mine. Right? And anybody that works at Google, take theirs and take their knowledge and compare it to mine. Take their degree, compare it to mine. Take my experience in medicine, take my experience in therapy and all that, and compare it to theirs and compare it to mine. And all of a sudden my channel was back up. But anyway, the reason why I say that is because they just allowed me to have a membership on my channel like a month ago. So you're talking, geez, what, since 2016, 2017 that I started this channel? Yeah, they banned me from having any kind of memberships, demonetizing a whole lot of stuff they did. Anyway, point of saying all that is I appreciate you, Kyle, for joining and becoming a member on my channel. God bless you for that. So what I'm saying is that with President Trump, right, he made a statement and he said the Epstein Files has basically, I'm paraphrasing, it has a lot to do with Epstein things that these Democrats were doing with Epstein. He didn't specify what they were doing, but he pretty much put it out there as if Democrats. Now, again, I'm just keeping it real. By President Trump saying these files contain nothing but a lot of Democrats, I'm sorry. I don't agree with that. I think it has people on both sides. I think that the Epstein Files is going to contain people that are Republican, people that are liberal, people that are conservative, people that are Democrat. I think it's going to contain people who are celebrities, people who are world leaders, royalty, like that. So, no, I'm not. Akron says you are in a bad reception area. No, I'm not. This is YouTube. If I'm doing all this and it's all pixelated, if y'all are getting anything like that at all, that is YouTube. That is 100% YouTube. This is what YouTube does when we talk about subjects like this. Anybody that's been a follower of my channel and has followed my channel for a while, when I talk about Jesus, when I was talking about the hokey pokey clock shot, when I was helping people deal with issues they had going on and I was giving them the real truth, all of a sudden, my videos, you're talking about whenever I was doing this in my studio area with the Ethernet in there, it was still doing the same exact thing. This is flat out YouTube doing this. Because anytime you speak the truth to push out a message, all of a sudden, bad connection. How can I have bad connection when I'm plugged into an Ethernet? You know what I'm saying? No bad connection whatsoever at all. It's only bad connection when I go live and I talk about Jesus. I talk about the truth. I pretty much give both sides or give a whole bunch of perspectives on this matter right now. And all of a sudden, I get feedback from you guys saying things like, hey, you're buffering. Hey, this is going on. Hey, I mean, so that's what it is. But at the same time, again, let me go back to what I was saying. I think, again, with the sleight of words by President Trump saying, the Democrats that, these Epstein Files, I told them to open it all the way up, and you're going to find that there's a lot of Democrats. The Democrats are all through it. I mean, it's the Democrats. I'm not buying that. I'm just not buying that, folks. So anyway, that's the thing. And I forget the lady's name, but y'all might know her right now. But the Hodge twins sent me something saying that they censored this black woman. Yeah, a black woman. They censored her, and because they showing proof that she was colluding with Epstein to try to take Trump down, to smear him, to scrutinize him. And now that they got the email, it backfired. So guess what? Now that they moved to censor her, guys, when I say censor her, CENSUR, that just mean bad. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. It just means that they're all saying bad woman. Frown, frown, frown. You should not have done that. We're censoring you. We're all coming together and saying, bad woman. It's not going to do anything. And guess what? She gets up there. If y'all know her name, let me know, because I saw the video. She gets up there, and guess what the first thing she does? They said something about me, a black woman who has the hardest time in the... I told you. Look, that video is glitching. Anytime I'm bringing the truth, I told you I do. Let me know when it's not glitching anymore. Let me know when it's not glitching anymore, folks. I appreciate that, Veronica, for letting me know that, though. Creole lady said I got kicked off. Oh, so it stopped glitching when I stopped talking. Go figure. So anyway, she gets up there. This woman gets up there, and the first thing she starts mouthing off, as a black woman, blah, 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 but they didn't say nothing about Trump, who is a 34 felon, convicted felon, and felon. No. That's what she got up there and did. See, the thing is, if you want to divert, if you want to basically get the attention off of you, all you got to do is pull the Trump card. That's all you got to do. Just bring Trump into the mix. That's all you have to do. Hakeem Jeffries, same exact thing. Timu Obama, Hakeem Jeffries, he's in the email. And this is what's funny. I didn't even know anything about this dude at all. Hakeem Jeffries, I did not know anything about him except I said, why is he trying to act like Obama? So I gave him a nickname, Timu Obama. That's what he does. These Republicans, they get out there and they think that they are special. He even does the eyes like that, don't he? They think that they are special. Well, I'm here to tell you today that the Republicans are not going to have their way, and there's nothing wrong with us defending gay. So that's why I'm saying, okay. He literally got up there and did something like that. It's the cringe thing in the world. But that's what he does. He gets up there and I call him Timu Obama. And then to come to find out, he is in the emails. And apparently Epstein and Obama were saying that there's this young guy named Hakeem Jeffries who but for me to call him Timu Obama and then find out that they literally had their eyes on him, it's really something. And that's what he does. It's like he gets up there and he tries to talk and act like Obama. Now you guys are saying I'm out of focus. Of course I am. I know. It's YouTube again. I'm sorry. It's YouTube again, right? So anyway, same exact thing. They played a video of Hakeem Jeffries being a hypocrite to something he said about 6 months ago or maybe a year ago. And they brought it to his face right now. And guess what he did? Well, President Trump, because Trump, that's all they know to do. This lady who is in the emails colluding with Epstein to take down Trump, guess what she does? Convicted felon. Look what Trump did. He a convicted felon. You know what? Last time I checked, I didn't have to go and take a mug shot. You want to know why? I'm not a convicted felon. Nice try, lady. Don't try to deflect away from the fact that you don't try to take away from the fact that you got busted in these emails. Don't try to take away from the fact that all y'all were this past few weeks, or better yet, the past few months, hell bent on Trump, Epstein. Y'all never mentioned anybody else's name like yours, sister. Y'all didn't mention anybody's name at all. Y'all didn't mention the Clintons. Y'all didn't mention Barack Obama. Y'all didn't mention Michelle Obama. Y'all didn't mention Beyonce. Y'all didn't mention Oprah. Y'all didn't mention Ellen. Y'all didn't mention John Legend. A lot of these people who were on the Epstein list or his flight logs, y'all didn't mention none of them. Because that's that whole sleight of word thing. Y'all make it seem like the only people, or the only person rather, that had any sort of association with Epstein was Trump. That's a nice way to deflect, but it's more to it than just that. Nobody's falling for it anymore. Now, some of y'all didn't like this. My conservative friends, y'all didn't like this when I said I think that what Pam Bondi them did was a bunch of crap. We're going to release the Epstein Files. They gave them a binder. DC Drain on them got a binder. Nothing but redacted. That is not what we expected. I got a hold of Cash Patel and said, I need something within 72 hours. Then she turned around. There's truckloads of files and videos. So wait a minute. I'm just keeping it real. Because like I said, I look. I hold people accountable. Right? Pam Bondi, you didn't look and see all the Epstein stuff before so-called releasing them to where you knew it was more to it than just the binders that those social media influencers got? You didn't know it was more to it than that? And all of a sudden you said there's more truckloads. Wait, so you didn't know that before? See what I'm saying? This is stuff I don't like. Guys, I do not care. Some of y'all have a problem with this because you have a problem with anyone criticizing the people that we voted for. Yes, I will criticize Trump. I will criticize anybody on the left or the right. I disagree with the way they're doing things or how they're putting things out. I don't care who it is. I don't know what anybody thinks of me doing that. You're supposed to hold your own team accountable. That's how you become better, right? So she's on video talking to a woman in a restaurant. James O'Keefe of Project Veritas has her on video telling a woman that she has tens of thousands of hours video footage containing children. And she said it has children in it. James O'Keefe and Project Veritas showed the video to us, we the people. If you watch my channel, I showed y'all the video. Soon as he released that video of Pam Bondi saying that there's children involved in these videos, what did Pam Bondi do? She had a press conference the next day and she went on ahead and told the American people what James O'Keefe them already found out on a hidden camera on Project Veritas. Now, why do I say that? Because do you think we would have known that Project Veritas not happened to catch her talking undercover to a woman who we don't know who this woman is? Do you believe we would have known about that? And now that we do know that there's tens and thousands of hours of footage of children with who? Children with who? Who are these children with? What adults are in these videos with these children? And whoever those adults are, can we see that? No, I'm not talking about blur the whole body of the children out, but any adults that are with these children, we need to see that. We need to see who they are. I don't want no, oh, it's a possibility that this person that was there was the sheriff of, Loudoun County. I don't want to hear all that. I want to hear that, oh, the person that appeared in the video, it appears, no, let us see it. Because y'all, now that we have something called the internet, we have something called the internet. And the internet has become some of the best detectives in the whole world. The internet has. So give us the videos of those adults that are in the videos with those children. Give us the videos and the pictures of those adults so we, the people, can see who they are and find out who they are. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, man. Because this whole thing of this whole deal of them pretty much doing things in such a way to just kind of leave us with questions. I don't like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I let y'all go, again, they ended up passing in the House. Okay, it passed in the House. Only one Democrat apparently said no, which I would like to know who that Democrat is, right? And now it's going to make its way to the Senate. And once it makes its way to the Senate, I'm pretty sure that once that is done, we're not going to be pretty much You know what I'm saying? We're not going to be in the know of who this person is. We're not going to be in the know of who this these individuals are. And once the files do get released, I'm just telling y'all, any I don't look for any surprises, and I don't have my expectations high with the release all of it now. My expectations are not high. So I know some folks just feel like that might be a downer. Some of y'all feel like y'all just wanted to have these Epstein files come out so y'all we can finally just woo, right? But I'm just telling y'all, my American brothers and sisters, just don't have your expectations up high to where you're going to end up finding out something that's going to be life changing or earth shattering, right? Just don't. I just don't think there's going to be nothing in there. I think that the fact that Trump is saying that it's nothing, that it's a hoax. He keep on saying it's a hoax. Pam Bondi and them are saying there's really nothing in there. Dan Bongino and Cash Patel, they're saying it's nothing really in there. Da 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 da. I'm just telling the truth. I think that was a way just to prepare us that when they knew this was going to come because we kept pressuring them, right? They knew it was going to come, and by President Trump, Pam Bondi, Cash Patel, Dan Gino, by them saying the Epstein Files, blah blah blah, there's really not really anything in there. I think that when they do release all the files and we see that there's nothing in there, they're going to go, "We told you guys there was nothing to it. It is pretty much just a hoax." I'm still not letting that Pam Bondi still spoke so freely to that woman in that restaurant. Project Veritas Undercover, she said there's tens and thousands of hours of children on video that the public will never see. And it's horrible, is what she said. That's what's going to stick with me. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate you guys all being here. And let me go ahead and move on to my next subject of the day, of the evening. Family members of mine from Detroit and Chicago, and I'm telling you right now, it had my blood boiling so bad, y'all. And you see it in my title. A woman was walking with her 2 children from school, elementary school at that. She's walking from school. She's pregnant. Look like she might be maybe 4 or 5 months pregnant. She's walking with her 2 children. A group of little hoodlum little black bastards. You heard me. These little hoodlum black bastards in Chicago following this woman, harassing this woman. She got her 2 kids like that. She's trying to protect them, and she's pregnant. These elementary kids jumped the woman and her kids. It boiled my blood so bad. Y'all just do not know. The woman is pregnant. She couldn't really fight back. They're stomping on her. They're carrying her 2 children down. One, they took her wig, hitting her with it. Little black hoodlums doing this to a black pregnant woman who was trying to protect her 2 little, saying black for a reason because I wanted to stick out. Culture. These little freaking thug, hoodlum, black little, y'all just do not know. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, the little bastards is what they are. Chicago. If y'all are in this chat right now, y'all know that's where I'm from. Give me the hood where this happened at. Give me the school where it happened at, and I promise you I'm gonna make some moves. I promise. Chicago. Let me tell you, y'all listening right now. My email is tsmith1264@yahoo.com. I promise you I have connections that you wouldn't believe in Chicago. We will find out who these little black bastard thugs are. And I'm telling you right now, they will have justice brought to them. Because to sit there and beat up a pregnant woman and her 2 kids, to stomp her and kick her, some elementary kids, I'm telling you right now, This is the reason why fathers are so important. I hope, which I don't want to say it, but I'm just telling the truth. I hope that that woman has a thugged out boyfriend or husband. I'm only saying boyfriend because she didn't have a ring on her finger. If she did, they probably would have stole it from little black bastards. But anyway, I hope that she has a thugged out husband or boyfriend. I hope she has a thugged out boyfriend that sees the video of them doing it to her. I doubt that she does, but I'm just keeping it real. Yes, I am. I'm stereotyping, right? Maybe she do, but I highly doubt it. But I'm telling you right now, if that was my wife or my girl, those kids that did this to my wife or my girlfriend, those kids that did it, they would be some of the happiest kids after talking with me. They would be so happy. They would be just gleeful. I'll help turn them into some good citizens. I'll give them a good talking and show them about their wrong and show them how bad they are, how they should have did this to my girlfriend, my wife. Oh yeah, I would have just, if I was there and it happened, all those kids' heads would have been swollen. Because I would have just I would have said some good things to them to make their heads bigger. All of their heads would have been swollen. They all would have had Botox in their lips, and they would have all those kids that was doing it to my wife. All those little kids would have had lip fillers and cheek fillers and brow fillers. They would have had ear fillers. They would have had cranium. Because you know why? According to the law here in Illinois, you have a right to protect yourself and your children from all harm, no matter what age the criminal who is attacking you is. Yes, don't believe me, look it up. It's Illinois law. I've had many run-ins like this where the police will tell you, because we had something that happened before where a ghetto hood rat mama, tried to snap out because a grown man was tagging her kids, because her kids jumped on this white man and his wife and his daughters. Yeah, a group of black kids, maybe elementary/middle school, they jumped on this white man's daughter. His wife got involved. They started being with the wife, and that white man started tagging all those kids. And I was happy. And guess what happened? The police showed up. The little black wenches put into the back of the police car. Their mom showed up, and the mom acted like she was going to hold her little black wenches accountable. Her little thugged out bonquisha wenches accountable. She acted like she was going to hold them accountable until she found out that the white woman and the white man was hitting her minor children. Closed fist. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. So you telling me y'all gonna sit there and let this grown woman and this grown man put their hands on my daughter? Those some grown people. They have no business putting their hands on my daughter. The police officer calmly said, "Ma'am, we saw the footage. Those parents have every right to defend their children." So you telling me that this grown man who's 5 times the size of my little girls hitting them like they some grown-ups, he said, "Ma'am, your children attacked that man and his wife. That man and his wife has every right to defend themselves and their children." Miss Ghetto Bonquisha. So you telling me if I'm in Walmart and a 6-year-old boy start attacking me, you telling me I can just punch him all over the place? The police officer said, "Ma'am, if you are being attacked, you have every right to defend yourself." So you telling me if my little girl who's a minor If she squares up with another girl, and you tell me if 3 of them girls start jumping my daughter, if I start knocking all 3 of them girls out, I won't get in trouble. He said, ma'am, you have every right to defend yourself and your children from harm. I ain't never heard no stuff like this. I tell you what, let some of these little mother effing kids that be da 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 da. I'm gonna straight up do this. He said, no, ma'am, that's not what I said. He said, are harming you or your children, you have every right to defend yourself. So again, Chi-Town, if y'all are listening, please email me tsmith1264@yahoo.com. We have connections up there. I will make some phone calls and we will find out who these little black thugged out bastards are that did this to this woman and her children. I guarantee you're not going to have Maxine Waters out there. I guarantee you're not about to have Black Lives Matter out there. Huh? I bet you're not about to have Rainbow Coalition out there. Huh? I bet you're not about to have those white people who are out there who are more with the black people. Black Lives Matter. I bet you're not going to have none of y'all far left, radical, leaning, liberal white women out there. Hey, ho, ho. These little black bastards have got to go. Hey, ho, ho. These little black bastards have got to go. Hey, ho, ho. These little black bastards have got to go. I bet you we don't see none of y'all out there. You want to know why? Nobody cares when it's black on black. Nobody cares that a bunch of little black bastards beat up a pregnant black woman and her 2 little black kids. You don't care about that. It don't matter. It doesn't fit the narrative. Nobody cares. But we're going to make it. We're going to make it something. So like again, you send me an email. I already reached out to a whole bunch of other top tier content creator influencers out there. I reached out to a few people already up in Chicago so we can find out who this lady is, so we can find out what school she has her children in, and we're going to find out the kids that are all on these videos, getting their faces, and we're going to find out who they are, and I hope that justice comes in. They all need to go to jail. But Ty, they're minors. Jail. But some of them are not even 10 years old. Jail. Y'all hear about that 10-year-old and that 9-year-old, what they did to a 5-year-old? Jail. Attempted murder. Yeah, attempted murder on that woman's baby in her stomach. Yeah, I'm not gonna let it go. I'm going to find out where it happened at and who they are. I'm gonna find out. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to click that thumbs up button on y'all way out of here. And I'm getting ready to let you guys all go. Y'all know Smith, moderator, and I hope and pray every last one of you have food, shelter, and home. Praying every last one of you guys in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.